What up? It's your boy, the Incredible Man, and yes, I am back at it again, and this is Lucifer Season 5, Part 1, Episode 5 review. And I gotta say, man, this episode was very emotional, but I loved every minute of it. Let's get it. Man, this episode was fantastic, and I loved it. Every character got like some emotional development and some connection between each of our main characters. Everybody except for Ella. We didn't really see Ella that much this episode. We seen her at the beginning, and then it kind of just okay. Well, we'll sit Ella over here while we deal with some hardcore problems that's going on in the season thus far. And I gotta say, the connection between Lucifer and Dan, Maze, and Linda's connection. Oh my gosh, Lucifer and Chloe getting back together a little bit and having that ultimate connection, and even Chloe and Amenadiel. So we saw it break up a little bit between Lucifer and Chloe and Amenadiel and Dan, because we know Dan kind of consorts with Amenadiel a lot and Chloe deals with Lucifer. But this episode, it was reversed a little bit. So we have Amenadiel teaming with Chloe and Lucifer's teaming with Dan. And also we have Linda and Maze. Oh my gosh. I loved every other part. But the Linda and Maze stuff was absolutely on another level. I loved every single part of it, from the parts where we see Linda get super emotional to Maze getting super emotional, and to have them comfort each other at the end of this episode. Going through this episode, man, it started like it picked up, it's continuous. And we see Lucifer trying to win Chloe back, and she's finally talking to him again, and that's a great thing. But he's not really giving her the time that she actually needs, and that's something that he learned throughout the episode. And to give her that time, and there are no shortcuts in life. And he had to learn that lesson from Dan about detective work and about life itself, and I really enjoyed that. But this episode, we also see, like I said, we see Chloe teaming up with Amenadiel because there's a murder at a nunnery, and the nuns don't trust Chloe right now because she came in here, she's all hot, she's hot and bothered because of everything that's going on. So, anything to do with God right now, she's not really having it or hearing it. And we see Ella this episode while she's at the nunnery. You're like, hey, 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 hey. Long time believer, big time fan. Just never really took it. I almost took it myself, but So I love seeing Ella, man. She's such a bright, wonderful joy being on camera for the set of Lucifer, man. I love it. But so Chloe calls Amenadiel to help her solve the case, and throughout this case, we see all of these nuns just infatuated with Amenadiel, the same way that all of the other people in the show are infatuated with Lucifer. And the funny thing is we learn that Amenadiel has that effect on people. I feel like that's the core premise, that he has that effect on people, that, like, especially for the nuns, they can see their belief in God reflected back at them. So that's why they were so infatuated with Amenadiel. And thanks to that resolution, we see Amenadiel explaining it to Chloe, and she ended up learning that Lucifer transfers all of the people's desires, and their desire is to be with him within that moment, or have, like, all these wonderful crazy scenes and stuff. So their desire to be with Lucifer is what's egging them on, so they end up being with Lucifer. And Chloe kind of has a realization when Amenadiel tells her that, and the first thing she does is goes and talks to Lucifer, because Lucifer, he's feeling some type of way, and he's decided to give Chloe time because, like I said, he learned something this episode with his connection with Dan, and by doing grunt paperwork and following every single lead, trying to get a clue about the case, and having to go through goat feces and talk to all these goat yoga people and everything. So he saw the grunt work of police work and not just the fun parts. And he saw the parts that really make the cases and solve the crimes and everything. And within that, he saw that, there's no shortcuts, and I need to actually give Chloe the time that she needs to really think about everything. Because we also see that his jealousy kind of put a damper on their relationship yet again, because it wasn't revealed that Amenadiel was the one that blessed Chloe's mom, and Lucifer's jealousy got the better of him, and he just blurted that out when he saw that Amenadiel and Chloe were building a closer bond by teaming up on this case. And the sad thing is Lucifer, man, dude, I love him, I really do, but I loved Chloe and Amenadiel little detective work this episode. It was really nice, but at the end, we see that Chloe listens to Amenadiel, and I thought they were going to drag it out for another episode, but I'm not upset that they ended it right here because there's only 8 episodes. I'm not upset that they ended it, and at the end of this episode, we see them back together. They're kissing, and we also learned that Lucifer makes himself. It's a theory that Lucifer makes himself vulnerable around Chloe, so I guess he can like feel closer to her. So technically, he may not even be vulnerable around her. He makes himself vulnerable. So that's a nice little tidbit. I feel like we needed to test it out, but they didn't. But I need a test. I need to make sure. But then we also have the most wonderful part of the episode to me. I loved all of the other stuff. I really, really did. I love seeing Dan and Lucifer get closer together. I love seeing Amenadiel help Chloe reach the resolution about Lucifer and their relationship bonding. But I love the aspect of Maze and Linda. We have Linda finally telling someone about her secret that she's kept for years. And she told the most wonderful person, which is Maze, because Maze just happens to be going through something along the same lines. And once she finds out Linda's secret, Maze is still hurt. You know, she's still reeling from everything that took place in episode 4 about meeting Lilith. And she's still reeling with all of that. And once she learns Linda's secret, she's not really having it anymore. She kind of just up and left Linda, man. She wasn't, no, I don't want to hear anything you got to say. I don't want to hear any excuses you have to make. But she decides to come back after she's left for a while and come back and listen to what Linda has to say. And when she explains it, Mace tells her that she found her daughter. So then we see them going and meeting the daughter, and I gotta say, I really wanted Linda to tell her, but I'm okay with them kind of dragging it out a little bit and even having that play out in part 2 of season 5, because I feel like it's an interesting story to go along. So they ended up meeting her, and Linda never told, but Maze was so adamant about her telling, well, you should tell her. And Linda tells her, I'm not ready. It could not be the moment. She could not be ready. But if you have something to say to Lilith, you go say that to Lilith, because I'm not your mother. And I love that. That was so wonderful because they are friends. And we know Linda's a little older than Maze, but Maze is a demon, so age really doesn't matter. So she's younger. So there's a big thing. But she told her that I'm not your mother. So Maze left, of course. So she went to confront Lilith, and man, Lilith died. Lilith is dead. Or it could be a ploy, I don't know, but I feel like she's dead. They were cleaning out her stuff, so she's dead. Lilith has died, and Maze didn't get a chance to say she forgave her or tell her that she hated her. And they showed that emotion when she went to talk to Linda, and they even showed the emotion when she was going through Lilith's things at her house. She just destroyed a picture, and Maze may just be the best character this season. Don't get me wrong, I love all of the other characters, and everything thus far has been perfect. But Maze, just from episode 1 till now, Maze is going through a myriad of emotions, and I'm loving every single point of it, man. And then we see her and Linda finally coming to a realization and understanding each other. And Maze tells Linda that, you know, she gave her the paper and told her that this is the paper that you can use to put your information down to let the adopted kids know that if they want to meet you, this is the information, this is your name, and they can come meet you if they wanted to. And I thought that was the perfect thing. And we end with the episode of Maze crying, telling Linda that her mom died, and she's just shedding tears, and Linda's upset, and they end up hugging on each other. And then we finish out with the Lucifer and Chloe stuff. Dude, freaking fantastic, dude. That moment was pure greatness, man, and I loved every single piece of it. This is your boy Dick Incredible. Don't forget to smash the like button till you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. So tell me about the episode. Did you hate it? Did you love it? Let me know. Peace out, man.
I ain't taking a backseat, I'm passing anybody else who is rapping. I'm nasty, ain't nobody able to catch me. They gasping, they cannot compare, they can't match me. I'm at half speed, I